The Jacobs Ladder Show is the online radio show keeping you in the loop on the real Las Vegas entrepreneurs, business professionals, artists, actors, creators, entertainers, foreign embassy consuls, and personalities. Join us on the Jacobs Ladder Show with Carolyn and Stephen Jacobs, and listen in on the discussions with these Las Vegas leaders on personal stories and topics like exploits, ventures, anecdotes, career changes, and successes. Now, here's Carolyn and Stephen Jacobs.
This is Carolyn Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show. We're live here every Tuesday from noon until 2 p.m., and we feature one guest per hour on their ladder of success. Stephen, who do we have with us today?
Oh, boy, I tell you, I've been looking forward to this so much. Got Roy Hamilton Jr., and so he's going to be with us here in a second. And I'll tell you, I've looked forward to this since we booked him, I think it was like 6-8 weeks ago. So, but anyway, you know, this portion of our show is brought to you by the Dispensary Lounge out there on Tropicana and Eastern. Great jazz every Friday and Saturday nights from 10 to 2. You never know who's going to show up out there either. So
that's the lovely part about that, because when the musicians end up on the strip, they'll end up there, and they can play in and sit in jazz until 2 a.m., so it's wonderful.
Yeah, go out there, and it's right at the corner of Eastern and Tropicana. A little difficult to find, but it's right in the shopping center there where the 99-cent store is. Boy, they got a free plug, didn't they? And but anyway, they also have their great steak burger for $6 with fries. Unbelievable. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. Thank you very much, Carolyn, and then I'm going to go move on here, and I'm going to introduce Roy Hamilton Jr. Roy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this so much. You know, your father, Roy Hamilton Sr., was a fantastic vocalist. Had many songs on the top 100. I mean, he was an amazing guy.
Thank you. Yeah.
And as we talked earlier, he, talk about movie star looks. You actually, you've got those looks as well. So.
Thank you.
So we're going to start where we always start, and that is, where were you born?
Well, I was born in New York City,
on
Fifth Avenue, right across from Central Park.
Oh, downtown.
Downtown. Yeah. I was only 1 pound 11 ounces when I was born, and I actually lost a pound.
Well, apparently you've gained it all back.
Yeah. Well, I made it this far.
Very good.
It through. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
We usually ask the next question is, what did your father do? But we know what your dad did. What did your mom do?
My mom was also a singer. Yeah. She
really.
Yes. She sang with a group called the Solarettes.
Solarettes.
Yeah. And my mom and dad met at the one of the theaters up there in New York where they were performing at.
Right.
And and they it was history.
Yeah. But let's go back to your dad just for a second. Everybody knows him as a great singer and vocalist that he was.
Mm-hmm.
But he also, in his early years, he boxed.
Yes, he did. He was a Golden Glove boxer.
Right.
And he did that for many years.
Yeah.
And because he was against the violence of the sport,
right,
he dropped out of it.
Yeah, I heard that. But while he was participating, he was a champion, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
It's interesting that he did that, considering, again, how good-looking he was.
Yes, he did.
Apparently, he was a champion because there was no marks on him.
Yeah, he had to stop while he was ahead.
So have you got any brothers?
Yes, I do. I have. Well, my father was married to a woman before she met my mother, and he had 4 children. And after that, when he divorced and met my mom,
right,
and we had she had 2 sons, myself and my brother.
So you got 4 stepbrothers and you got 2 brothers.
Two,
are there
2
2
stepsisters, 2 stepbrothers.
Oh wow!
And my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, are any of them in music as well?
Well, most of them passed away except for my brother.
Uh-huh.
I also have a half sister that we just found recently.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and, I'm the only one singing right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you then went to school in New York?
Yes, I went to Fox Lane Senior High School, and we worked there as well. That's where I recorded my first album.
Right.
And when I was 14.
So you started singing at what age?
Well, I was singing since I was 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
But professionally, I recorded my first album at 14.
Now, did you start singing at 5 because you were around your dad and your dad's music? And
Yeah, I was at every rehearsal pretty much, you know what I mean? We had a rehearsal hall in the basement of our house.
Oh.
And we used to live in New Rochelle on 85 One Avenue,
right.
New Rochelle, New York. And we had a little place downstairs. Everybody used to go there with, with a piano and everything. Right. And we used to sit around the piano and everybody used to rehearse and everything. And I used to like to listen to all of his records also. So we had like this nice, I was about to say CD player, but an album,
record
player, album player or whatever.
Right.
And I used to sit there and listen, and just listen to all of his music, all of his songs.
Well, it's funny. We grow up for the word now, but we grew up with record players with needles and all of that stuff. But it's been so long since we've seen any of that stuff.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of people listening to us that have never seen a record actually played with a needle on a turntable.
You're absolutely right. It was funny because I just saw something on YouTube where the kids were looking at one of those Walkman. With the cassette player, and they were like, "What is that?" Yeah, never seen it. Yeah.
Well, the technology obviously has changed a great deal.
Oh yeah.
So you literally, you're not a stranger to studios then, because you've been around studios since you can remember, probably, right?
Yes.
Now you've seen the advent of the studio go from low tech to what we call super high tech today.
Well, I mean, back then that was still high tech. They called it high tech,
right.
But the studios were like huge. I remember when we went to we were at Bell Sound Studios. We recorded our first album, and man, that place was huge. We worked with musicians like Richard T. Gordon Dupree, a lot of musicians. They were called Hot Stuff.
Right.
Eric Gale was the guitarist.
Right.
And we got in that studio and they played it so nice. It was awesome.
It's and what kind of shocked me is not too long ago I was in the studio, and I remember that like when you grew up, everybody was in a studio. They just mic'd everybody up differently, and then they were in the same room. What's amazing now is they put people in different cubicles now.
Yeah.
So that they can, and they all got headsets on, but so that they can control each instrument and each voice.
Yeah, it's so amazing. Like they'll make the music first, and then they'll bring the vocalist in next, and they'll lay all that down and everything. But like I said, everything is still separated so they can have more control over everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I still think, though, and David Kirschenbaum, who's a big producer in L.A., he was on the show one time, and he said that some of the best music that he ever recorded was when the artist, both singer and musicians, had no idea that they were recording.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I can understand that, because like sometimes like the best recording is the first one.
Yeah.
And then after the first one, it's like then you start second thinking. And then it's like, oh, well, I didn't like that part. Could I do that over? You know what I mean? And then you start, and this and that and everything.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, like Dad, of course, like he would have got it done in like maybe 1 or 2 takes.
Right.
That's all he needed. So, but it's amazing. But also, I didn't mention that Clyde Otis was the producer of our album, and Clyde Otis was a big band director and composer and everything else. And the three of them, my father, Clyde Otis, and Brooke Benton were a team.
Right.
And they used to write songs together and this and that. So to make a long story short, but my dad worked with Brooke Benton, and he said to Brooke when they were trying to demo a song, he said, why don't you record the song for yourself? And Brooke agreed with him, and Brooke took the song down and we recorded it, and that was the launch of Brooke Benton's career.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Now, your dad worked with some amazing people, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And what's even more, now, the songs that your dad sang, did he write most of those songs, or?
Well, he did write a few songs that actually made it to some albums.
Right.
But most of the songs that he did write was like Unchained Melody, You Never Walk Alone.
Right.
It's one of a few of his biggest hits. He didn't record. He didn't write those.
Now there's a lot of his songs, or several of his songs, that big names also re-recorded and sang often. I know the Righteous Brothers did
Unchained Melody.
Unchained Melody.
Yeah, well, he recorded that 10 years before the Righteous
Right,
Brothers
I know
did
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of stars that came after him took his songs.
Yeah, like Al Hibbler.
Yeah,
Al Hibbler, yes.
and Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley, another big name.
Yeah.
I love Elvis. Yeah.
So your dad, when you were with your dad, and you said you recorded your first album at 14.
Yes.
When was the first time that you actually performed publicly?
Publicly, I've performed in 1968, and that was New Year's. And I performed with my dad.
Right. How old were you at the time?
Boy, at the time, I was like 7.
Really?
Yes, 7 years old, yeah.
I'll bet you stole the show.
Oh, well.
At 7 years old, then.
Yeah. I mean, we sang "Oh, When the Saints Come Marching In."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there any record of that? Did anybody take a picture, or did anybody make a movie, hopefully, or no?
There might be some pictures out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
But I don't have one. I wish I did.
Well, one of the things, and I'm gonna just do this real quickly because I want to mention this several times today, and that is what is amazing to me, that your father is not in the Hall of Fame. And there's a petition going on to get your dad in the Hall of Fame, and people can actually go and sign that petition.
Yes.
Where do they go to do that?
Well, if you go to royhamilton.net, and we do have a petition page,
right?
And you can just click on that petition, and it'll come out.
Little box comes up.
Little box comes up, yeah, and then you can just write a few comments,
right?
And put your email address in,
right?
And there you have it. And then just
Well, Carolyn and I've done it, and our board man today, Mike, he did it before you guys got here. And we're going to encourage everybody, around the country and around the world to go there and get that petition done. Roy Hamilton not being in the Hall of Fame is a terrible oversight, if not a miscarriage of justice. That's amazing. Yes. That your father's not in. But anyway, so go to RoyHamiltonJr.net. Now that's .net, not .com. RoyHamiltonJr.net, and click on the petition and sign that petition there.
Yes.
So
well, RoyHamilton.net is my dad's website.
Right.
And RoyHamiltonJr.net, of course.
Is yours.
So if you go to RoyHamilton.net, that's where the petition is.
Oh, okay.
But they're all linked together.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you've got a son that's really good at this stuff.
Yes,
right?
he is. Yes, he is. He's amazing.
He built out those sites, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So by the way, the other neat thing, and we're gonna do this several times today, but the other really neat thing is that this Thursday, that's 2 days from today, this Thursday at the Rancho Fiesta, at the Club Tequila, which is Sherry Gordy has her show there every Thursday. You're going to do a special tribute to your dad, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that starts at about 8 o'clock, and it goes until it goes, right?
Yeah, until around 12.
Right, yeah. So I know Carol and I are going to be there.
All right.
So I encourage everybody that's in town to make your way there as well. Also, you've got a show you're doing on April the 25th, May the 9th, 16th, and 30th, and June 13th and June 27th, and that is at the Viva Las Vegas Event Center.
Yeah.
And you're there with some other special guests, but you're going to be performing there as well.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so everybody get those down into your books.
Love to have everyone come out and join us.
Right. So you did your first public performance at 7 years old.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We're going to stop right there for a second, and we're going to go and hear a word from our sponsors, and we're going to be right back with Roy Hamilton Jr. So here's a word from our sponsors. This is the Jacobs Ladder Show, and you can see us at JacobsLadderShow.com. Okay.
Looking for great jazz? Look no further than the Dispensary, located at Tropicana and Eastern, Friday and Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. The bar and lounge is family-owned and operated for 37 years. A cozy hideaway has no windows, just a big red door, 24/7 gaming and delicious food. Owner Adele Bella says, we're retro, like an old-fashioned saloon complete with swinging doors. Entertainers from the Strip stop in after their performances to join Uli Geisendorfer's trio and great jazz singers. He hosts the jazz sessions every Friday and Saturday, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Rave reviews about their $5.95 steak burger, sandwiches, and appetizers are less than $10. Check it online at www.thedispensarylounge.com. Visit the Dispensary, 2451 East Tropicana near Eastern, and enjoy the feeling of old Las Vegas at its finest with jazz. Remember the good old days when families sat down together for a balanced meal? Before the days of life in the fast lane with advanced technology with smartphones and faster internet? We have fallen into the fast food lifestyle. Now meals have more vegetable oil, more refined carbohydrates and fatty meats, which set up the panacea of disease. Well, IcoLife has the answer for a complete, balanced diet with its nutritional powder. IcoLife is based on the 1982 Nobel Prize in Medicine about icosanoid hormones. IcoLife has created a perfect balance of icolipids, proteins, and icofibers, which enhance the positive icosanoid hormonal response. What are icosanoid hormones? This is the most powerful hormone that your body produces and controls virtually every physiological function you perform. Every living cell of our body produces these super hormones. These super hormones that assist in helping weight loss by burning body fat, helping stabilize blood pressure, helping to assist in stabilizing blood sugar levels, helping to reduce joint pain and muscle fatigue, and helping in improving overall circulation. IcoLife has utilized 30 years of technology and medicine to blend together this phenomenal product. With IcoLife, you are now in control of how you feel and what you choose to eat. IcoLife only uses the best milk and vegetable protein available. The richest olive oils and icolipids and pre- and probiotics are added, with 4 types of fiber to ensure optimal health through using IcoLife. IcoLife helps you dial down your urges for carbohydrates, fatty foods, and sweets. It keeps up your energy and mood levels to where you are enjoying a full and rewarding life. Just try IcoLife for 10 days, and you should be rewarded with less hunger, better blood sugar balance, and experience some weight loss that feels effortless. If not, we will gladly refund 100% of your purchase price. Order now and receive a 25% discount. Just go to www.icolife.com, spelled EICOLIFE.com, and use the code word GO. That's GO, and you will receive your 25% discount. Get your life back with IcoLife.
And this is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show. Welcome back. This portion of our program is brought to you by IcoLife. Make sure that when you go to IcoLife.com, EICOLIFE.com, and you go to put your order in, that you put the code word GO in. It'll take 25% off of your cost there. The IcoLife is an amazing product. Carolyn and I have been using IcoLife for over a year now, and we actually have friends that were diabetic, and with their doctor's approval have actually cut back on their insulin and really have gotten great results from it. So you might want to think about doing IcoLife, IcoLife.com, and the code word is GO. That's at the end of the order, and put that in and you get a 25% discount. And I'm back with Roy Hamilton Jr., and so we left a few minutes ago with you at 7 years old, having performed for the first time. Now, when you started to perform, were you always performing with your dad at the beginning?
Yes, it was always with my dad.
Okay. So did you do duets with your dad, or did you sing alone? Or how did
that was actually a duet. We sang together. We rung in the New Year's together, and we sang When the Saints Come Marching In together. And, we got a standing ovation. This was my first.
Great way to come out of the box.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely,
So later on, you performed with your dad, and correct?
Well, once or twice.
Yeah.
Once or twice after that. Yeah, that was it.
How old were you when you first did your first standalone deal?
Standalone. I was around 14 then.
Really?
Yeah, and we started to promote our album.
Okay.
So we were in New Jersey at the time, and we went up to Jersey City, and we performed at this place called the Peppermint Lounge. I think it was Jersey City, and everybody loved it.
Right.
Yeah. And we went to a few other places like the Cotton Club and a few other things like in New York, and we just started performing around. Sure. And we also performed in the Bahamas, in Freeport at the Bahama Princess.
Right.
And that was our first big concert. I mean, it was sold out. It was so many people came to the concert that they had to open up the second wall. So it was like like a big banquet hall.
Right, and the petitions that make it bigger or smaller.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had to open up the second. I mean, during the show, they had to open up the second.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had a good time doing that.
Yeah. And some place in here, and I'm trying to think where it was in your life, but your dad tragically passed away at an early age, at 40 years old, and he had a stroke and didn't survive it. Were you were performing at that time, or?
No, actually, I was going to school at the time.
Oh, okay.
Up in New Rochelle, and it was really tragic. In 1969, of course, that was the same day they set foot on the moon.
Right.
It was July 20th.
Uh-huh.
And that's why a lot of people didn't even know my dad had passed, because usually they'll ask me, "Oh, how's your dad? Is he still with us?" I said, "No,
because the moon landing
kind of
was
like
so
overshadowed the whole thing."
Yeah.
So, I think that was the saddest day of my life, even though it was an exciting day. You know what I mean?
Correct.
That man, walked on the moon, but yeah.
But your dad, I grew up in high school and so forth with your dad's songs, and like I told you earlier, the "Don't Let Go" song. I can't think about how many times I got on the dance floor with that. I think your father's music was the impetus for me starting to learn how to dance, which turned out very well, by the way, because girls like guys who dance. So.
Oh yeah. During that time, they was doing the Watusi and the twist, and,
right.
The mashed potato.
Right. So, and I wanna play that song for you that I like so much that your dad did. And this is "Don't Let Go" by your father, who sang that song. I love the song.
Hear that whistle, it's 10 o'clock. Come on, baby, it's time to rock. I'm so happy I got you here. Keeps me grinning from ear to ear. This feeling's killing me. Oh, shucks. Well, I wouldn't stop for $1,000,000. I love you so. I just hold me tight and don't let go. Thunder, lightning, wind, and rain. Love is storming inside my brain. I'm so eager, I'm nearly dying. You've been keeping your lips from mine. Yeah. Ooh, this feeling's killing me. Oh, shucks. Well, I won't stop for $1,000,000. I love you so. Just hold me tight and don't let go. Hound dog barking upside the hill. Love is dragging him through the mill. Yeah, if it wasn't for having you, I'd be barking and hollering too. Yeah. Ooh, this feeling's killing me. Oh, shucks. Well, I won't stop for $1,000,000. I love you so. Just hold me tight and don't let go. One day, baby, you'll quit me, yeah. I'll be crying and soaking wet. Yeah. One thing, baby, I'll never stand. Your lips kiss some other man. Ooh, this feeling's killing me. Yeah. I wouldn't stop for $1,000,000. I love you so. Just hold me tight. Just hold me tight. Hold me tight.
And that was Roy Hamilton. That song, Don't Let Go, was number 13 on the pop charts and was number 2 on the U.S. R&B. I'm surprised it wasn't at the top as many times as I heard that play when I was a youngster. And Roy Hamilton, known as the Golden Boy, a voice. You must have been. Did you realize your father's fame when you were young, or was that just?
Well, I knew he was famous, but usually my friends say to me, your dad is a movie star, and I was like, he is. But yeah. He had been in a few movies. It was on the Ed Sullivan Show. He had appeared on the Steve Allen Show. He appeared on a whole bunch of stuff. I can remember everything. But he'd been in and around a lot of the television circuit as well as a movie too.
And that's when most towns had 3 channels, maybe 4 with a PBS channel, but most of them that's all we had was 3 channels. So television was a very concentrated medium at the time. Not like today where there's 400 channels, but your dad also did some movies.
Yes, he did. He was in a movie called Let's Rock, and that was in 1958. And Julius LaRosa was a star in that movie. Also, Della Reese, and Paul Anka was in that movie as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your dad had, like I said earlier, your dad had movie star looks. He's one good-looking guy. I'm glad to say that you got a lot of those genes there.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So you're entertaining. You've got your first album at 14.
Yes.
And your sold out show in the Bahamas, right?
Yes.
So what happens next in your life?
Well, unfortunately, my mom had gotten ill, and we had to stop performing for a little while because she was our manager, and she was the one who was doing everything.
Right.
And she arranged all the shows and all this and that. So she had to try to get herself together and recuperate. Plus, so we had to go to school and everything. Sure. And we had been out of commission for a few years.
Right.
After the record, we didn't really get as much publicity, exposure as we should have. And the distribution was a little bit messed up too. So we really didn't get as far as we could have gotten. But we kept going. I kept singing, and like in church and different things like that. And on and off, we'd get something like we'll do some concert here or there. Yeah. So it was like far few in between.
Right, just whatever happened to come along.
Yes, yeah. And then so after that, during that time, we were in Mount Vernon with my grandparents,
right?
And I happened to meet my wife, Maria.
Ah.
So she was a home health aide that used to work, home health aide.
Right.
And we had my great granduncle at the time. He was up in age, so she came by to to take care of him. Right. And actually, we met.
Right.
And we've been together for 35 years.
Wow.
But during that time, we met, and we started having a relationship, and we got married, and that was a little bit after. After that, we've had our son, and but we continued, together, as a team,
right,
to work on, helping to spread the word and help to get my dad in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
right.
And like I said, she convinced me to sing more of my dad's songs because I was like trying to be like the pop. Music and do everything that was popular,
modern.
Yeah, and she said, "Well, why don't you sing some, more of your dad's music and everything?" And she convinced me that people are really still interested,
right.
And she was right. So I continued to to learn more and more of his songs. And I started listening again, to a lot of his songs. And sure enough, we after we raised our kids, we've had 3 sons, and our oldest son is now a record producer.
Okay.
And he produced songs for Britney Spears. He produced some songs for Michael Jackson, the R&B singer Joe, Carrie Hilson, as well as my youngest son, Raphael. So, it's like 3 generations of
That's cool.
Hamilton.
That's very cool.
Yes.
So your oldest son's a record producer.
Yes, he
quite
is.
successful.
Yes.
And your second son?
He's also, our second son is the web designer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's a playwright also.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, thank you.
And the youngest son is
The youngest son is also a record producer.
Okay.
And they work out of a recording studio in Pleasantville, New Jersey.
okay. So are any of them singing?
Well, the oldest sings, and he also produces, of course, and
Right.
he writes music. And the younger one, he's just a producer, and he's a writer.
In my opinion anyway, the producing is a lot easier than the singing. Because in singing, as most people don't understand, but singing is like being an athlete. You have to work your voice. You have to sing. You have to train to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, from the advice of my older brother, he was like, "Yeah, man, you have to really train and work out, to try to keep healthy and stuff like that, and to get yourself, in tune and in condition, to do that sort of thing, entertaining."
Right. Well, it's like had an opera singer on, and he told me that it's like anything else. If you want to develop, it's like if you want to be good, you have to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You have to go get a trainer. You have to train every day. It is nothing different. The voice is an instrument that has to be exercised and developed. So
Yes.
I don't think people understand how everybody thinks that you just walk out and start singing and like you walked out of the shower. I don't think it's that way.
Yeah. Well, my oldest son, he trains. He goes to the gym every day.
Right.
And unfortunately, I don't.
But
But I do sing every day.
yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. You
Yes.
train every day with your
Yes.
voice. So okay. We're trying to get your dad into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you can go. Everybody that's listening to me, you can go no matter where you are in the world to RoyHamilton.net or RoyHamiltonJr.net, either one you'd like to go to, and you can sign the petition to get Roy Hamilton into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like I told you guys earlier, I was shocked that he wasn't. When Carolyn says, "Well, we got to do this because they're trying to get him," I said, "He's not in already?" I can't believe that. So,
Well, we have over 1,000, signatures right now, so we're hoping to get many more. and-
right.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that happens. Also, you guys actually have a radio show yourself.
Yes.
On Baby Boomers Radio, and it's babyboomersradio.com. And you guys are on every Friday from 6 to 7.
Yes.
So go and tune in, and you can listen to you guys on babyboomerradio.com.
Yeah, we play all the dad's music because, like a lot of times, you might hear Don't Let Go, or you might hear Unchained Melody,
Right.
or Ebb Tide, but then you don't really hear a lot of the other songs. So we play pretty much all the songs, that most people haven't heard in so many years,
Cool.
And yeah.
Cool. We're going to have to go to a station break here. This is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show. And you can go there and hear this show in a couple of days, and all the shows are archived there. Just page down at the bottom, JacobsLadderShow.com. We'll be right back in 2 and 2.
When you're dieting, do you find yourself thinking, why am I hungry all the time? Do you feel like no matter what you eat, what you drink, you're hungry all the time? EcoLife's nutritional powder has the answer. Stabilizing your blood sugar is the key to unwanted and unneeded hunger. IcoLife is based on the 1982 Nobel Prize in Medicine about icosanoid hormones. IcoLife has created a perfect balance of icolipids, proteins, and icofibers, which enhance the positive icosanoid hormonal response. What are icosanoid hormones? This is the most powerful hormone that your body produces and controls virtually every physiological function you perform. Every living cell of our body produces these super hormones. These super hormones that assist in helping weight loss by burning body fat, helping stabilize blood pressure, helping to assist in stabilizing blood sugar levels, helping to reduce joint pain and muscle fatigue, and helping in improving overall circulation. IcoLife has utilized 30 years of technology and medicine to blend together this phenomenal product. With IcoLife, you are now in control of how you feel and what you choose to eat. IcoLife only uses the best milk and vegetable protein available. The richest olive oils and icolipids and pre and probiotics are added, with 4 types of fiber to ensure optimal health through using IcoLife. IcoLife helps you dial down your urges for carbohydrates, fatty foods, and sweets. It keeps up your energy and mood levels to where you are enjoying a full and rewarding life. Just try IcoLife for 10 days, and you should be rewarded with less hunger, better blood sugar balance, and experience some weight loss that feels effortless. If not, we will gladly refund 100% of your purchase price. Order now and receive a 25% discount. Just go to www.icolife.com, spelled EICOLIFE.com, and use the code word GO. That's G-O. And you will receive your 25% discount. Get your life back with IcoLife.
The Las Vegas Distillery is the first distillery in the history of Nevada. The Las Vegas Distillery spirits are handcrafted from grains to bottle. Vodka, rum, whiskey, bourbon, moonshines, and the house specialty, Rumski, a blend of our rum and whiskey. 93% of all ingredients come from Nevada's Winnemucca farms. Please come by and visit the Las Vegas Distillery's 2 custom-made Copper Angel stills. You are welcome anytime. Located at 7330 Eastgate Road, Suite 100, Henderson, Nevada, 89011. Or call 702-629-7534 or go visit www.lasvegasdistillery.com. Come by and taste our new Grandma's Apple Pie Moonshine. Think locally, drink locally. The Las Vegas Distillery. And welcome back. This is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show, and this portion of our show is brought to you by the Las Vegas Distillery. It's Nevada's very first distillery, believe it or not, and it's located at 7330 Eastgate Road in Henderson, Nevada. And tell owner George Reyes, the founder and owner of it, that we sent you there. And make sure that you ask about their refill program. It's quite an interesting deal. And you can get a tour of the distillery. It's a beautiful place. And like I said, tell George that Carolyn and Stephen sent you, okay? We're back with Roy Hamilton Jr., and we're just moving right along here, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so we're going to do, and I want people to be able to hear this too. Now, we heard your dad sing my favorite song, "Don't Let Go," but right now we're going to play a track of you, 1,000 Ways, and this is you sing 1,000 Ways. So we're going to take it from here.
Trusting you as we go along the way. That's how we make the love we have grow every day. 1,000 ways. 1,000 ways. to keep us together through all types of weather. From now until eternity, the love we had was meant to be. 1,000 ways to love you, to love you, to love you. I got 1,000 ways to love you. Your love's like springtime, so sweet and so fine. So glad that you're mine. I spend all my time loving you. Let me tell you, girl, there's nowhere in this world I'd rather be than to be in your arms. Come on and help me sing, yeah. 1,000, so many ways. Hey, so many wonderful. 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000. So many ways.
And not only did you sing that, Roy, but you also wrote that song.
Yes, I did.
So we can add composer to the list of credentials.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I will tell you, you can hear Roy sing that song, I presume, and some of your dad's favorites. And this Thursday, 2 days from today, on April 17th, you're going to do a tribute to your dad.
Yes.
And it's going to be at Sherry Gordy Presents, which is out at the Fiesta Rancho in the Club Tequila.
Yes.
There is no cover charge for this.
No,
Just
there's no
come out,
cover there.
Just come down and have a great time. Carol and I are frequent visitors there, and the most difficult thing of being there is staying in your seat, not getting up to dance on the
that's
dance
true.
floor.
That's true.
It's just great music. So.
Yeah. My wife and myself, we shake a tail feather very frequently when we go there.
Yeah,
And
and it's also your wife's birthday too.
yes, it will be.
So come
Yes.
out and help celebrate that.
That's right. Come on down. We'd love to have everyone come out.
The other thing I want to mention is that you are performing at the Viva Las Vegas Event Center, which is right on Las Vegas Boulevard, 1201 Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yes.
And you're going to be there with a bunch of other people on
Yes.
Friday evenings. So you're going to do this on April the 25th.
Yes.
And May the 9th, 16th, and 30th.
Yes.
And June 13th and 27th. So there's a lot of opportunity coming to
Yeah,
see
a lot
you
of
guys.
things happening. Yeah, my wife and myself produced the show,
Uh-huh.
and we have Lisa Gay and Tony Drake, of course.
Right.
Tony Drake is our guitarist and musical director, and Lisa Gay, his wife, also. She is a fabulous singer, and we have also Bo Henderson, Freddie B, and we have also Gabriel Mark Hasselbeck, which is a great trumpet player.
You know, the neat thing about it is that you can actually get your tickets there online for $20. That goes up $5 if you go to the door. It's up $25. It also includes one complimentary drink, which is pretty nice. In this town, that's almost the price of a drink anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
In some places. And I love what the ad says here, that the dress attire is elegant and after five. So
Right. And Lisa and Tony are co-producers, and they set the whole standard, and the environment. The room is beautiful, and they also have a website too. Yeah, that's Viva Las Vegas EventCenter.com.
correct, and that's where you can purchase your tickets online for $20.
Yes.
Okay, and it is going to be really cool, classic jazz and soul, or soul and jazz. And Carol and I are definitely going to be there on one of those dates. But you've got all these dates that you can, so everybody should be able to make it. You know, April 25th, May 9th, 16th, or 30th, and June 13th or 27th. Okay, we're going to have to, as time keeps flying on us here, we're going to have to take a break and hear a little word from our sponsors. This is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show. You can go to JacobsLadderShow.com and hear this show in a couple of days. Page down at the bottom, we have our shows archived there, and click on them and listen to them. So we'll be right back in 2 and 2.
Looking for great jazz? Look no further than the Dispensary, located at Tropicana and Eastern, Friday and Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. The bar and lounge is family-owned and operated for 37 years. A cozy hideaway has no windows, just a big red door, 24/7 gaming and delicious food. Owner Adele Bella says, we're retro, like an old-fashioned saloon complete with swinging doors. Entertainers from the Strip stop in after their performances to join Uli Geisendorfer's trio and great jazz singers. He hosts the jazz sessions every Friday and Saturday, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Rave reviews about their $5.95 steak burger, sandwiches, and appetizers are less than $10. Check it online at www.thedispensarylounge.com. Visit the Dispensary, 2451 East Tropicana near Eastern, and enjoy the feeling of old Las Vegas at its finest with jazz.
Brick oven pizza, Italian dishes, craft beers, specialty cocktails, all at the Flour and Barley. Located in the link at 3545 Las Vegas Boulevard South. Slices of gooey, cheesy heaven await you at the Flour and Barley. 3,600 square foot restaurant at the link. Enjoy brick oven pizza with mozzarella and house-made toppings. Savor its pasta dishes, panini sandwiches, and salads while taking in the retro decor and vintage rock photography. The Flour and Barley offers 50 different craft beers. Flour and Barley is located directly in front of the fountains in the Link's Central Plaza. Look for Flour and Barley's walk-up order window. Then you can sit at their 1,200 square foot patio. Flour and Barley for lunch and dinner. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 12 midnight. Remember, classic pizza, craft beers at the Flour and Barley.
And this is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show. Make sure you go down to the link there and visit the Flour and Barley. It's got great pizza, got a lot of other stuff. They have a full bar. They have a big patio outside, too. You can't miss it. It's right in the center there, just in front of the fountains. Okay, and tell Chad Yan, who's the general manager there, that Carolyn Stephen sent you down there. Okay, so Roy Hamilton Jr., we've had a great time here. What I would like to do, if it's okay with you, I'd like to play one more of your dad's songs. Is that okay?
Oh, sure.
And the one that we've selected here is Here Comes Love. Okay? Go ahead, Mike.
Come here to me, touch out your lips, look out, here comes love, don't mind the clock, let's do the rock, smack me a kiss, yeah, look out, here comes love, ooh, me every time I feel your touch, well, I go far when you get to in my clutch, my, when you kiss you're just too much. Well, so I got to shout, you knock me out, upset my soul, got no control, you got me going, let's turn it on, look out, here comes love, here comes love, here comes love, yeah, here comes love, here comes love, you tip the top, don't ever stop, close up your eyes, look out, here comes love, like out the stars, send me to Mars, kiss up a song, look out, here comes love, you can't tell what a fool like me will do, yeah, I just can't keep myself away from you, yeah, all this good love and hold me tight as glue, well, so I chickadee, up to the rig, I'm doing the flips, two chops your lips, don't mind the clock, let's do the rock, smack me a kiss, don't, you to the top. Don't ever stop. Love makes you cry. Close up your eyes like I'm a star. Send me tomorrow. Here comes love.
Wasn't that a great song?
That unbelievable song. And talk about rock and roll and not being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We need to get your father in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Go to RoyHamilton.net. You can sign the petition there and get that going. We have got to get this accomplished. You can also go to RoyHamiltonJr.net. You can sign there. It's all linked together to sign the petition. You can also go there and get your records. Order your records and get your stuff.
Yes. You can go to iTunes, get my records.
Right.
Yes.
And but the really neat thing is you're going to be performing live this Thursday over at the Fiesta in the Club Tequila, starting at 8 o'clock. That's April the 17th, this Thursday. So there's no cover there at all. Just go in and have a rocking and good time.
Yes.
But we do need to get your dad into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's going to be a mission of mine, I'll tell you that.
Well, thank you so much for your support and help, and everybody else out there, too. We need your help and support to try to get it done, and we thank you.
Yeah, well, not a problem. I was a big fan of your dad and his music, and like I said, I grew up doing a lot of his stuff. Also, you're going to be down at the Viva Las Vegas Event Center, and you can go to VivaLasVegasEventCenter.com and get tickets online. They're $20.
Yes.
If you get them online, $25 at the door. That includes a cocktail, by the way, a complimentary drink.
Yes.
Like in Las Vegas, there's some places that's the cost of a cocktail.
Yeah, you're right.
But you're going to be there several dates, April the 25th, May the 9th, May 16th, May 30th, June 13th, and June 27th. So there's no excuse for not seeing this show. And as you said, you guys produced this show.
Yes, we did. Yeah, produced and co-produced by Lisa Gay and Tony Drake. And we had this last event on the 11th was a blast.
Yeah. So there's plenty of places to see. Also, you guys also have your own radio show at babyboomerradio.com on Fridays from 6 to 7. And you were saying that you guys play like 16, 17 cuts in an hour.
About 15, 16 cuts. Yeah, we just roll them right through.
And talk about them a little bit as well.
A little bit, yes, we do.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you, Roy, I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed this hour.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it too.
And we would love to have you back sometime. Love to take up where we left off.
Love to come back. And I brought you some CDs and stuff, so you can have them.
Very generous. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
so
you're
much.
very welcome.
And again, I want you to get to RoyHamilton.net or RoyHamiltonJr.net and click on that petition signing and sign that petition. Let's get this done. This is a miscarriage of justice, in my opinion, of the whole thing. So we've got to get Roy Hamilton into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, we do.
And that last cut we just played, one of many of his that, you listen to that and you go, really? He's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
That's been our mission.
Yeah. So, okay, this is Stephen Jacobs with the Jacobs Ladder Show. We're on every Tuesday from noon until 2. And you can go to JacobsLadderShow.com, of course, tune into us. And you can also page down at the bottom. This show, along with all of our shows, are on there. Just click and you can download them or you can listen to them again. This is Stephen Jacobs. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Views and opinions expressed on this program, those of the hosts and guests, and did not necessarily reflect those of Vegas All Net Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.